Hello and welcome to my channel, Boo Snakes and More. For more videos like this, also watch my other house channel, A&A Snakes and Stuff. My youngest son's channel, He Needs Toys and Games, or my oldest son's channel, Little Chris 10. Today we're going to be talking about 5 reptiles that can live in a 20-gallon enclosure. So please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Now let's dive in. Reptiles come in all sorts of shapes and sizes and can be outstanding, low-maintenance pets. However, reptiles like some dragons and snakes can grow very large, and not everyone can dedicate an entire living room wall to their reptile. Fortunately, many species stay small for life and can live comfortably in a 20-gallon enclosure or less. What is considered a small enclosure? Here at Vision Products, the most compact enclosure we offer is a 20-gallon reptile enclosure. However, many consider a 10-gallon tank to be the smallest option for a reptile pet. Anything smaller than a 10-gallon tank would make it difficult to include decor like a substrate, water and food bowl, plants and more, while also leaving space for your pet. That being said, here are 5 of our favorite reptiles who can live happily in smaller enclosures. 5 pets for 20-gallon reptile tanks. 1. Leopard gecko. Adult length. Females up to 8 inches. Males up to 11. Behavior terrestrial. When people look to adopt a small reptile pet, leopard geckos are often the first that come to mind. These geckos are very docile creatures, live primarily on the ground, and their space requirements are very reasonable. A 20-gallon reptile tank would provide plenty of room for a leopard gecko. This small reptile also finds comfort in a smaller 10-gallon enclosure, even after including decor and other equipment. Just keep in mind that because they're terrestrial, the length of the enclosure would be more important than the height. 2. Green anole. Adult length. Females up to 5 inches, males up to 8 inches. Behavior terrestrial. Even smaller than leopard geckos, green anoles make fine pets for small reptile tanks. Not only are they small and fun to interact with, but they're also intelligent, easy to care for, and very friendly. In fact, my old kindergarten teacher had 2 green anoles in a 20-gallon tank in our classroom. Once a month, she would sit us down and let the anoles walk around and say hi to us. Fearless little lizards they were. You may be reluctant to bring your anole around a group of kindergartners, but make no mistake, they are excellent pets for all ages, and they live very happily in a 10 or 20-gallon enclosure. Number 3, crested gecko. Adult length with tail. Males 10 to 16 inches, females 10 to 16 inches. Behavior arboreal. Another popular reptile that comes to mind is the crested gecko. These pets are docile, generally easy to care for, and have very active personalities. They're a little larger than the previous lizards, so 20 gallons is the minimum size tank for an adult. Crested gecko, a 10-gallon tank will work for younger, smaller geckos. Also, crested geckos are arboreal and love to climb, so you need to prioritize height over length for their enclosure. And don't forget to include some elevated surfaces, branches, and foliage for the optimal habitat. Some lizards can intuitively detach their tails from their bodies to distract predators. After a lizard drops its tail, a new one typically grows in its place. A crested gecko, however, can drop its tail but it never grows back. This isn't harmful to them, but many adults are shorter in length. Because of it, tails are usually 4 to 6 inches long. Number 4, rosy boas. Adult length, female up to 36 inches, males up to 24 inches. Behavior terrestrial. Rosy boas are relatively small snakes, typically reaching a max length of 3 feet. Males are typically smaller, around 2 feet. They're also docile, easy to care for, and spend a lot of time burrowing, making them great snakes for beginners. In relatively small enclosures, for a hatchling, a 10-gallon tank will work just fine. Then, as a male rosy boa grows into adulthood, he will find comfort in a 20-gallon enclosure. Females, on the other hand, have larger bodies and may need a little more space, like a 30 or 40-gallon tank. Regardless of the enclosure size, prioritize the length over the height. The rosy boa is a terrestrial, slow-moving snake that is often burrowing or relaxing. Number 5, Kenyan sand boa. Adult length, females up to 32 inches, males up to 15 inches. Behavior terrestrial. The size of your Kenyan sand boa's enclosure is determined by several factors, including the snake's age, size, and activity level. Kenyan sand boas are relatively small snakes compared to other boas, ranging from around 15 inches as a male to just under 3 feet as a female. They're also terrestrial and pretty lazy, so an elaborate setup isn't necessary, but you should include a deep, soft substrate for comfortable burrowing. As a general rule of thumb, aim for an enclosure that's at least 20 gallons in volume. For an adult Kenyan sand boa, for a hatchling, a 10-gallon enclosure would be an excellent temporary home. And if you feel your adult snake should have more room to roam, a 30/40-gallon tank is a great choice. Many amazing reptiles live comfortably in 20-gallon reptile enclosures, like geckos, anoles, and smaller snakes. That being said, you should always research your specific pet. Is your new reptile arboreal and frequently active? Is your snake growing larger than you expected? Do you want your pet to have more space, regardless of its size? Take as many factors into account as you can. That way you can offer the optimum enclosure size, whether it fits 10 gallons, 100 gallons, or anything in between. Thank you for watching this video, and peace out till the next one.